Hey, good morning everybody. We're going to do waffles and pancakes this morning. Probably the waffles first because usually you just need the same batter that's thicker and then thin it out for the pancakes. And Titus is going to help me out today. He's going to film me while we're making the pancakes on the Cuisinart griddler and our waffle machine. Alright. Titus, what do we usually have on the weekends?
We usually have pancakes and waffles.
Yeah, one on one day and one on the other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you like it? What do you like for you to be in your pancakes and waffles?
I don't know, maybe some chocolate chips, maybe some butterscotch.
We'll have to see if we have some. Alright, we're going to start with our basic waffle mix, which is the same as our pancake mix. Alright, we're going to start with a cup of flour. Alright, we're going to start with about 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Mostly I just eyeball this because I've been doing this for so long, and that's why I use a spoon. I don't even bother with a whisk, but you can use whatever comes natural to you. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of salt. Alright, I like to use a little Saigon ground cinnamon, and I get a lot of my spices from spicesbysarah.com. That's an unofficial sponsor of our show, but we really like the herbs and spices that they sell online. Alright, let's get started. Ooh. Well, I guess it's going to be an extra kick today since I got a little bit in there. Alright, moving on, we're going to do 1 egg. Probably about 2 tablespoons of oil. Alright, about 2 tablespoons of honey because I don't use sugar in it. I like to use the honey. And you see it's in a honey bear, but the honey is not actually from that company. We just use this to squish it. I actually get this honey from my in-laws, which is local. Alright, we're going to give that a little stir real quick. And you can use some milk, some half and half, some fat-free half and half. You can use water, be a little bit blander taste. But you want to do about a cup for the full pancake mix. But I'm just going to gauge it as I go so we can get the thicker waffle batter to start out with. Oh yeah, you see I'm making a mess. A little bit looser. Alright, I'm going to let that sit for a second. And I like to do some semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. They just work out better in the batter. The big ones usually chunk up. Sometimes they can burn on the griddle, or they can get stuck in the waffle maker. But these small ones work really well. And for a little surprise, as you heard Titus, sometimes they like a little butterscotch in there. Not too many. Just enough for a surprise. Alright, that's basically it for the batter and mixing in the stuff we want to use. And we're going to move on to using the waffle maker. So this is an old Hamilton Beach that Mama found at the thrift store for $5. These things work good. This is the second one I've had because I gave the first one away, but the first one we found at a garage sale for $5. But man, these things can't be beat. Alright, it's already good and hot, and since I usually only do waffles in here, there's usually not a whole lot I want to clean up, and it's usually seasoned good enough. Alright, so when you're making waffles, I don't try to do the perfect thing. I just try to do one dollop. Because I like to do the mini waffles just like I like to do the mini pancakes. So don't stress yourself out. Alright, we're going to let that go down. That green light's going to kick off, but the next time it comes back on, it'll be done. And another thing to think about too is pancakes and waffles both. When you do them, you know, usually the first one is still edible, but it's usually darker because it's been sitting here heating up. So that's what it usually does. Don't worry about that. Either that or open the waffle maker or the pancake maker ahead of time and let it cool down a little bit before you put the batter in there. We're back, and the top of the waffle maker is green. You want to get that, Titus? Yep, good to go. See the size of my waffles? Yeah, we like it like that. You don't have to worry about getting the perfect square waffle. Look, get you a chopstick. We like to use chopsticks for a lot of stuff around here. I know I got a fork, but usually you just get a little fork, a little chopstick, pow! Look at that. Nice and crispy on the outside. It's probably going to be nice and warm on the inside. Look, there's the little sampler pieces. Maybe a little bit of butterscotch that escaped. Alright, I wanted to talk about one more thing. Is earlier I said I only use this for waffles. Well, what else can you use it for? Well, you can put old french fries in there, day old french fries left over, day old tater tots left over, smash it down, make a nice griddle cake out of that potato. Works out well. We did cornbread waffles for doing it with chili or beans. I mean, you can do a waffle grilled cheese, put the bread in there, smash it down with the cheese inside. I mean, there's hundreds of uses for it. Let's move on to the mix. And so now I'm going to take my same mix and add some more milk or water or half and half into it and thin it down a little bit, and we're going to move on to making the pancakes. We added some more in there. You got a close up of that, Titus? Added some more in there, thin it out a little bit. And for this we use our Cuisinart griddler. My mother-in-law actually found this one for about $10 at a garage sale. We gave the first one away because we were going back to work on the ship with Mercy ships, but the first one we paid brand new. They're like $59.99, something like that. But it's a good investment. We'll do a video about the uses of it and in the future. All right, here we go. I got it opened all the way up, and these are the same. I just do like a quick spoonful. Usually out of a full batch without making the waffles that we just made. You get about somewhere between 16 and 24. There's a big spread because, you know, if you have your batter real thin or thick, depends on how you like it, how fluffy it gets, how much baking powder you put in it. Move back, please. All right. I might have gotten that a little bit too thin, but it's still going to work out all right. So this is a non-stick surface, but my plastic spatula is kind of wide. So I'm going to use my thin metal one. And I haven't had any problems with it getting it scratched up. I basically just use it real quick to flip the pancake. All right, you want to come up close here, Titus? Look. So we're getting these bubbles, so we're getting close to having to flip it. Oh, maybe I could have left them a little bit longer so they'd be a little bit more brown. But they're getting cooked up pretty nice. Uh-oh. Looks like I didn't clean it off from when I did the hot dogs on here. So maybe we'll have to give Ezra that pancake. We'll flip it over on the other side so he won't know it. Like a trick. Nah, just kidding.
Here you go.
Alright, so you see we have some black marks on there. That was my failure to clean the griddle good before we started again. But hey, you know, that's how it goes. Time to get them off. These ones may not be the most perfect ones. You know, everything doesn't work out exactly like you want when you're trying to film. But they look pretty good, and they're done. Some of these will look a little bit better, a little bit browner. Yeah, nice little, I guess they call them silver dollar. Mine will probably be bigger than a silver dollar. But this is the type we like. So later on, when they cool down, if all of them are not eaten, we'll usually put them in little bags, or they'll snack on them the rest of the day. So there we go. It's easy. Waffle and pancakes out of the same mix. If you have a skillet or a flat skillet or a pan, you can do the pancakes in, no problem. Find your little cheap waffle maker. It's good for 100 more things besides just waffles. We got our plate ready with the waffles and the pancakes, and we got our 2 taste testers. Go ahead, dig in.
Yum! This looks good. Yep. Watch out, they might be a little hot. That's right.
Ezra, what do you like most, pancakes or waffles?
Waffle.
And what do you like for them to be in your waffles?
Pancake. butterscotch.
But you like the chocolate too, right? You just like the little surprise of butterscotch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So another thing we do too is usually if I have the chocolate chips and the butterscotch or something sweet already in it besides the honey, we don't use the syrup. But if we use the maple syrup, then I usually make plain pancakes and plain waffles just to kind of balance out so they don't get too sweet or more like a donut.
They're both real good.
Hey, if you've liked our video, can you give me a big thumbs up, like down below in YouTube, and subscribe to our channel. And we're at tyronebcookin.com. Sometimes I add extra editorial to the post on that website, and here at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/tyronebcookin. All right, we'll see you next time from the Hot Mess Kitchen crew of the Be Cooking Show to your home. Bye.